when you think that when you say Joe was hard to work with, what do you say to people who say you're hard to work with? Because I've seen
I ain't worked with nobody.
well, I've seen where they're saying that you have an issue with people speaking about what happens on the compound or here at No Jumper on their streams. I would identify that as being overzealous, overreaching.
The thing I was doing there was really just trying to, because, okay, one thing about my platform that's different than a lot of platforms is if you look at something like Barstool Sports, they will give you a deal. They'll say, here's your check for the year or for the month or whatever, and this is how much money you're getting, and you're doing content, you're doing this podcast with us, and you ain't really doing anything else outside of this. Like, you could do whatever the fuck you want, but you can't really be on camera outside of this, right? So my thing was, from when we started this, I wasn't thinking like, oh, I'm going to lock AD up in a contract. I'm going to lock T-Rail up in a contract so that they can't do shit outside of there. So as a result, a lot of them have started their own streams and shit. And some of them are having real success. Some of them it's kind of whatever. But like damn near like half the hosts on the platform, probably more than half, and a bunch of people who work here, they all got their own different thing. And to me, I don't really see a stream or a podcast as being all that different from having your own Instagram or having a TikTok or whatever the fuck it is. So that's not something that I've felt the need to be like extremely controlling about. But the one thing that I brought up was basically that I felt like a lot of people on our team were kind of like taking the incentives that are right there of, oh, you can make content about your friends and talk shit about your friends and fucking get into messy ass shit about your friends. And they were letting that get in the way of them just being good friends. And I brought an example to the table. I said, like, listen, look at all the crews that we look at in hip hop that we respect how they move. I'm going to bring up TDE as an example. I feel like probably over the years, there's been some times where Kendrick had some animosity towards somebody on the team, or Schoolboy Q not getting along with somebody, or the manager at the, they're not getting along. There's shit going on behind the scenes, right? I'm sure. I don't even need somebody to tell me. I just know that there's been drama.
Makes sense.
We don't know about it. Fucking QC, Migos, whatever. There's crazy amounts of shit
Shout
going on behind the
That's
scenes.
my brother.
For sure. But I mean, even just the Migos alone. I mean, clearly there's been, and rest in peace Takeoff, but clearly before
R.I.P. Takeoff. I'm sorry. R.I.P. Takeoff.
Rest in peace to Takeoff.
R.I.P. brother.
But before all that even, I mean, clearly there was drama going on. We didn't know about it because they're not coming out and talking about it. I was just telling my team, I want us to move more like that. If you have a problem with me, come talk to me. Don't go on the stream and say, oh, I think Adam kind of might be doing this. Even if you feel like you're kind of joking or you feel like it's for content, it's funny or whatever. It's like, and there's a lot of stuff that they could talk about with me that I don't give two fucks. But when it's stuff that kind of gets a little bit serious.
So it ain't the fact that they're making content. It's the things that it's the stirring of the pot that you're saying.
Right. I feel like if anything, I deserve a lot of credit for being so open-minded and telling them to go get their money. Last night I was on T-Rail's stream with him and his girl and his homie Smack for 3 hours.
That's
so
dope.
Just pulled up, supported
That's
them,
dope.
did the whole thing.
That's dope.
Yeah, just because I fuck with him doing his own thing.
That's
and
dope,
I want to support that. So I don't like, my only thing about it was that sometimes I got to jump in there and be like, listen, we ain't moving right. And because think about it,
get that. I
because
Kendrick
or Schoolboy Q, now granted, like they all got enough money, they ain't really incentivized by shit, but I mean, they know they could be in the headlines. They know they could have some viral YouTube clips if they were talking shit about each other, but they don't do it.
Right.
You know, Quavo could have had a 5 million view YouTube video if he wanted to make a video saying, this is why me and Offset don't get along. Yeah. But they don't do it. That's what I was saying to my team was like, let's move more as a unit. And there's been a lot of stuff like that, even where I've told people like, hey, I can't really fuck with you if you fucking with this person that I look at as an op. And we have a real conversation about it and we decide that we're going to move differently. We're not going to like just go fuck with different people that we don't fuck with. We got to like move a little bit differently, or at least that's how I want to move as a unit, you know? Yeah. Because the truth is that I could get a lot of fucking views talking about everybody else's drama.
That is for sure.
We're going to get less drama. We're going to get less views talking about each other because a lot of us are not as huge as certain people, right?
You may get less, but they may get. Yeah, and that's where it becomes unfair, right? And I wonder, why don't you feel like it's a workaround, like it's a marketing tool? Why do you feel like it stops there, right? That narrative doesn't continue to bring those viewers back to No Jumper.